So I just hit a milestone of making $50,000 a month as a 19-year-old. And so in this video, I just want to be completely transparent with you guys. I'm going to go over my full entrepreneurship journey. So literally how I went from a broke college student, not knowing what to do with my life, working a 9-to-5 that I hated, to now making over $50,000 a month and running successful businesses. And I'll even be taking you inside of my businesses and show you exactly how much money they make, and also reveal some of my other income streams. And I also do have a huge announcement at the end of the video. This is something that I've been working on for a very long time, and so I'm so excited to share it with you guys. So make sure you stay to the end of the video because I don't want you to miss out on the news. So to start off, I never came from a rich family. My mom was the only one taking care of me, and she was working a minimum wage job to support us. And honestly, I think I spent most of my childhood playing Minecraft, but it wasn't until later on I actually decided to basically take my mom's advice and start caring about my future. And I did do some side hustles in my teen years, but it wasn't until I was 15 years old and got my first actual job. And this was at Tim Hortons. And basically the reason I got this job is because I wanted to save up for my education. At the time, I wanted to become an airline pilot. That was something I always wanted to do ever since I was young. You know, you get paid a lot and it's a pretty cool job. Now the only problem with this is it's really expensive. So if you want to become an airline pilot, you have to pay upwards of $200,000 because of flight training and the degree. And so for that reason, I knew that I had to work a lot of hours in order to save up for school. Now while working full-time at Tim Hortons and also attending school, I started to just feel like my life was crumbling because things were just out of place. I was always unorganized and I just had no free time and I was always stressed out. And so I decided that, you know what, it's time for me to do something different. Tim Hortons is just not working out. So at this point, I was looking for ways that I could actually just make money online from the comfort of my own home whenever I had free time. Now 15-year-old me found so many ways to make money online: eBay, reselling, and just so much more. But there's one thing that really caught my eye. You guessed it, Shopify dropshipping. And for those of you who don't know how dropshipping works, it's basically where you create your online store using the Shopify app. You add products from AliExpress on your store, except you mark up the price drastically because items on AliExpress are very cheap. Then when a customer buys a product from your store, you basically send out the product from AliExpress directly to your customer. And then you end up keeping all the profit. And so it's basically a business that anyone can start, and so it was very appealing to a broke 15-year-old. Now the next part of this gets even better. So the reason I was so set on Shopify dropshipping is because I remember coming upon a YouTube video of this guy talking about how dropshipping changed his life, how he basically went from broke to being able to afford Lambos, mansions.
Here in my garage, just bought this new Lamborghini here.
At this point, I was thinking that I didn't even need school. I could probably just do Shopify dropshipping. But anyways, after saving up some money from Tim Hortons, I finally decided to start my very first business when I turned 16. And I'll be honest with you guys, I was actually kind of worried at first because the first month, I was like, okay, like I'm not making any money. Like, is this actually gonna work, or is this guy like fake? And literally about 4 or 5 months passed by. I was still working at Tim Hortons because I needed to work at Tim Hortons in order to fund the business. I was still going to school and I was still running the business, but the business was not making me any money at all. I still have not yet even gotten a sale after putting in loads of money into the business. Basically all the money I had saved up from Tim Hortons. And so doing this for about 4 to 5 months straight without making any money, I kind of started to get discouraged and I kind of started to think that it may not be possible, and basically everything that I thought I was going to be able to achieve wasn't going to happen. And though I was actually really close to giving up, I decided to just keep on going because I already wasted so much money, so what else did I have to lose? I might as well just keep going until I finally get it to work. Alright, so a little bit after I turned 17 years old, and at 17 I barely had any money. I had barely made any money from dropshipping. If anything, I probably had like $200 in my savings account. And you know, at this point I was actually really discouraged, and I was deciding whether I want to continue or if I was just going to give it up and forget about it. Alright, so here's where it actually gets pretty good. So I decided to basically open another dropshipping store like I always do, but except this dropshipping store actually started to make me money in the beginning. And so I always start off very small, but I decided to just keep on scaling things up, and this was my very first business that actually made me money.
fun to drive up here in the Hollywood Hills.
So all it took was this one store to be profitable for me to basically just know that it's going to work out and I'm going to be successful with this. In just a couple of months running this store, I ended up making about $60,000 in profit. And so this was a huge turning point in my life because I realized that I could literally do anything I wanted, and having that mindset is why I am where I am today. And so at this point, I was a 17-year-old with a bunch of money, and so I was just like so hyped up, so I decided to just keep on going and make more money. And so as time went by, I started to gradually get better and better, and by the time I was 18 years old, I believe I had around $80,000 saved up after taxes, which was a pretty good amount of money for an 18-year-old. And I didn't stop at that. I continued growing my businesses. I even started investing the profits into the stock market, which ended up making me a lot of money. Now at this point, however, it was time to go to college, and basically I really didn't want to go. Obviously, I was making money with my businesses, with the stock market, and so I didn't really see why I had to go to college, but my mom was basically pressuring me saying, you know, you might as well try it out. So I decided to try it out, and you guessed it, I dropped out after my first semester because I realized that it just wasn't for me. But honestly, starting my own business taught me so much more than school ever would, and so I felt like there was just really no purpose. And not gonna lie, I was kind of embarrassed that I dropped out from like friends and family, so I didn't really want to tell people, but I did end up telling them. But I told them, you know, I was gonna go back to school, but you know, I had no intention of going back, and I never ended up going back. So I continued to grow my businesses, and I even got a job at the bank because I decided that it would be like a little side hustle for me, and it was just kind of a safety net just in case something went wrong. And I did end up actually quitting my job at the bank later on, and then just continue growing my businesses and investing my profits into the stock market. And I will say I ended up making more money from the stock market than I actually did from my business. And so here I am now. I am 19 years old, and till this day, I'm still running these online businesses. I'm still investing in the stock market, and I'm still doing everything, except now I'm just taking things to the next level and I'm continuing to scale. And I do want to be transparent with you guys, so I'm going to break down where I'm basically getting that $50,000 a month from. So currently I'm making around $30,000 a month in profits from my Shopify dropshipping business, and I realize there's probably so many others making way more money than me in dropshipping, but keep in mind I'm also a content creator, and so that does take a lot of my time. So for those who don't know, I have over 600,000 followers on TikTok. I post basically business and money advice, and so I've been working on that channel I think for about 10 months now, so it's almost been a year, and I put a lot of work into it. And so now I'm making quite a bit of money from sponsorships, and I also have a link in my bio with a bunch of affiliate links, which also do make me a pretty decent amount of money as well. And I have this YouTube channel here, which I don't also make much money from as well. I believe I make around maybe $5,000–6,000 a month, and that's because I don't really post much, but I do plan on posting a lot more this year. My goal is to post one YouTube video every single week, so make sure you guys check out for that. And so altogether, I make around maybe $20,000 to $25,000 a month from the YouTube and my TikTok. And like I've said, I do want to be transparent with you guys, so I'm going to take you into some of my dropshipping businesses right now, kind of just show you what's going on so you can have a better understanding of things. Alright, so currently I'm actually running 2 dropshipping stores, and so here's one that I actually started recently that I only advertise using Instagram Reels and TikTok and Pinterest. So basically I don't have to pay any money for advertising for this, and I actually have about 60 to 70% profit margins on the store because I don't have to really pay any money for advertising. Now this is something I've always wanted to do. I've always wanted to just basically run businesses without having to pay for ads using Facebook, and it's very possible now in this climate, especially because TikTok and Instagram Reels is an easy way to blow up. But anyways, I am slowly scaling this store up, and I eventually will end up getting it up to 6 figures once I start advertising with Facebook as well. Now my next store that I've been running for a while now, actually over a year, it usually does anywhere from $80,000 to $90,000 in revenue a month, but I had a really good month in November that I want to show you guys. Now the reason my month in November was so much better than my other months is because I had a video on TikTok blow up. Now the power of TikTok honestly is crazy. A lot of people don't know this, but literally any video can blow up on TikTok, even if it's for your business. And that ends up making you a lot of money if you have some kind of dropshipping store. Alright, so I remember I told you guys I have a very important announcement to make in the beginning of the video, so now I'm going to let you guys know what that is. So after having thousands of DMs from you guys basically asking me to mentor people, help people one-on-one, or basically just teach them what I do, I finally decided to open up some programs. So currently I have 2 programs. So the first program I have is a stock market mentorship. So this basically teaches you how to invest in the stock market as a complete beginner with no experience, and you have my guidance and my support to ask me any questions whenever you have. And this one definitely is a more limited one since it is a mentorship. Now the next one I have is the dropshipping/business course. Basically this just goes through my exact step-by-step process to building 6-figure businesses today. And I also try my best to make these programs as affordable as possible. I mean, there's people out there spending over $100,000 on a degree that may not even get you a return on your investment, while you can just take one of these programs for less than the price of a textbook and potentially make over 6 figures a year. And I want to make sure I emphasize this, I am not trying to come off as salesy or anything like that. I just get so many DMs from you guys asking for some kind of support, and so I realized that this would provide so much value to a lot of people. But anyways, if you were interested in joining the programs, you can click the link in the description and it's going to take you to the website with both of the programs. But yeah, that is basically my full entrepreneurship journey, which you guys have been requesting for a very long time. And so in just 3 years, my life completely changed, and this just goes to show that literally anything is possible.